My name is Maddie Rayner. I am a surfboard shaper for work. That's just what I do Monday to Friday. I like a lot of other things. I'm a dad full-time. I have 3 kids. I love to train Muay Thai. I love to teach Muay Thai. I love to fight Muay Thai when it happens, which is pretty rare. I love playing golf. I love all the stuff that most people like. So I'm gonna be inviting friends from all over that do all kinds of things. Very few of them are pro surfers at all, but they're just people who are enthusiasts. They love the ocean, they love the water, they love surfing, whether it's a new passion or something they've grown up doing. I want them to come in and get their hands dirty and shape their own boards and find the connection between the movement of their boards in the water and the lines they cut themselves into the foam.
Raised on the north shore of beautiful Oahu, Zoe McDougall boasts a surf-rich upbringing. Zoe has recently been on quite the career tear, landing herself new sponsors, traveling the globe, and releasing her first profile film. Zoe joined us in the shaping bay to mow some foam and catch us up on what she's been up to.
Zoe, what are we shaping today? we went back and forth a little bit, but what did we decide on?
I'd hope you know. No? You don't know?
I'm not shaping
You don't know what we're shaping today?
I mean, what are you shaping today?
Today we're going to be shaping a classic little single fin because everybody else did twin fins.
Yeah. Just one fin is easier than 2.
1 fin's easier than 2. Cheaper, less fin boxes.
Yeah, that's a word. It was a cost thing. Yeah, for sure. I think we pinned into about 5, 6, maybe 18.5-ish. And dimensions on this show always end up with the ish at the end of everything. 18.5-ish.
It's gonna be very ish.
2 3/16 ish, 2.2 ish, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be floaty and fun, and we're kind of targeting like Sunset Point, maybe.
Ultimate glide. Shh, we don't talk about on camera.
Oh,
You didn't know that?
that's crazy. All I talk about is on camera. Is that? Did I mess up?
Nah, you're fine.
The wave over by in between Rocky Point and the beach part?
Yeah. The one that's in between
Oh gosh, I didn't know.
Wailua and
Turtle Bay?
PCC.
Yeah, that's the one that I thought I didn't know I couldn't talk
It's
about.
in between Niao and Big Island.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Well, first of all, when did you start surfing? How old were you when you started surfing without your mom or dad there or whatever else, by yourself?
I think 6.
And how old are you now?
22.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's been a while.
I've got some years under my belt.
Okay. And that was shores and mothers and all those zones, or where? When you're 6 years old.
Yeah.
And you live in the bleep spot that you live in.
I don't personally remember, but from what I've heard, I remember surfing Elites when I was really young, with everybody just on the inside, and then shores you'd just be surfing that little left, Vals.
I was the 25-year-old adult dropping in on you kids at Elite.
At Vals? At Elite? No, you're on the reform, and then you go out the back, you get farther and farther
I was
out.
on the reform on the inside for sure.
I have this one photo of me in this red and yellow XL wetsuit with I used to have hair down to here because I used to do I used to dance hula until I was 13.
Oh my
My
gosh.
question's about to come up.
I was probably 5 in this photo, and I have braids. I just have cornrows down to my waist, and this red and yellow XL wetsuit. It's pretty great.
So growing up at who were your biggest influences or inspirations surfing either in the backyard or around? I mean who motivated you and excited you?
Well, my street probably per capita has the most professional surfers of any street in the world. Besides my parents both being like really good surfers, I grew up right behind McClure Rothman and Eddie Rothman, on the same street as Billy Kemper and Reynos Hayes, and then the Ho family. So my personal biggest influence my whole life has been Coco, who I like idolized her when I was younger. I watched her whole career, qualifying and everything, and I was just like, oh my God, Coco, like. And now she's like my big sister and best friend, so it's been the most awesome come up ever.
That's super cool. I want her to be my big sister and best friend. She surfs so good.
Yeah,
especially.
Yeah.
Have you ever shaped a board before?
No. Personally, I have not shaped a board before.
Personally, what's that mean? Like
I've been in the room.
Impersonally? Oh, so you've been around when somebody shaped a board for you?
I've been in quite a few shaping bays. But
okay.
I've never been hands-on.
Hands-on at all?
No.
Oh, sick. Okay, so this is gonna be wild.
Yeah. And what did you write on here, Maddie?
I wrote your name.
Yeah. What's on? Was that my like hinge profile?
What is it? It's upside down. Oh, this is yeah. Basically, this is like your dating profile.
Yeah. I'll just take a photo of this
5'6"
and
and a
put it on
half, single, and then ready to mingle, single fin.
There we go.
Is there a handle you want to plug here? we can add stuff something right here if you want or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, nailed it.
I don't know. I don't hang out with that many YouTubers.
Hey! Oh my gosh.
That was easy.
So, you are a surfer, a pro surfer. Is there anybody else that you draw inspiration from, like tennis players, artists, athletes? I don't know, like anybody else that inspires you to be better at what you do?
Yeah, I mean, I think I draw inspiration from almost everything. Like, probably most of my inspiration comes outside of surfing. I really enjoy watching skating. I have a lot of friends who are skaters. Snowboarding, lots of friends in the snowboard world, and even though I'm not that good at it, watching it, you can kind of like relate it to surfing, all the board sports. But I have friends across all athletic fields that inspire me, just through different things, whether it's mindset or just determination, willpower, whatever. And then I also have lots of friends who are artists and musicians, and like the music I listen to, like just imagining what we do with like different creativeness, I guess. Different music, whatever, like definitely inspires me, like especially with like what I can do with it and how I can make it my own. Like listening to a song and being like, oh, this would be so sick for a part, like just imagining different scenarios and everything, different breaks,
putting the two together.
Yeah, that's kind of my favorite thing to do right now, is putting together little edits and like imagining the music and imagining the colors and just like kind of daydreaming it, which makes me more psyched on surfing than just thinking about like surfing by itself, like mixing in other things.
This is super cool. Who would be your favorite athlete outside of surfing or snowboarding or a board sport athlete?
Ooh, I have to think about that. That's a serious question. Casey Brown and Brett Reeder, they're both mountain bikers, and they do some crazy shit. They're my good friends.
Whoa.
Yeah, you should check them out. They're both, I think Casey does downhill and slopestyle, and Brett does slopestyle. I don't really know. I can't ride a bike for sure. I can ride a bike with my surfboard, but like
not
doing
with
the
two
stuff
hands,
that they do,
just
like
one hand.
they're super inspiring, and just as athletes, they're super inspiring. But there's like the list goes on. Like
Bruce
there's
Lee, Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, I have the same birthday as Muhammad Ali.
It's interesting though, because it seems like a lot of the people that inspire you that you just dropped, like they're all your friends, people that you already know.
I wish I was friends with Bruce Lee and Muhammad Ali, but
wait, those are the only two that you weren't friends with.
Yeah, no.
Everybody else you
all
named,
my friends inspire me. Like so many, like all the sports, I'm just inspired by my friends all the time. Like that's the best part about being a professional athlete is you meet other professional athletes and you're like, oh, you can do that, and they're like, you can do that,
No,
like,
fully.
and you're just like fangirling over each other.
It's a cool world, especially when you grew up.
Yeah, when I was just in Utah, I was just like freaking out over like all the Hurley guys that are snowboarders, and then they're like, but you surf, like, I'm like, yeah, the surfing's not cool, like, like you guys get huge air that I'll never get.
Really quick, Rex, how's this thing looking? Do you want to touch it? Nope,
How's it look?
not into
Is
it.
it a blade? Is it a blade or a plug? He's like, it's a plug.
Well, yeah, it's
He's
kind
like,
of
no.
it's kind of a weird thing
Not
because
that.
he's never been wrong. I mean, this is only in the preliminary. Like we're only like
Yeah, he's like, not yet.
1/5 of the
It's
way
not
done.
yet.
So he's just not impressed yet.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of room for like we got a long way to go.
We got some work to do.
I want to know about Never Have I Ever.
Yeah.
First of all, like the edit, how did the name happen? Like, where did that come from? Who named it?
Never Have I named it. Yeah.
Is that your favorite game?
We were actually playing Never Have I Ever a lot on the boat,
Oh.
and like, cause we were so bored on the boat, like a lot. I had like 3.5 weeks of no cell reception or Wi-Fi or anything, just totally with the people on the boat.
Uh-huh.
I was with my dad, Willie, who made the film. My dad and Willie, and
Dude, Willie is
Willie's insane.
wow.
Yeah, Willie's super talented.
Shout Willie.
Yeah.
Willie.
Yeah, Willie Kessel made the film.
Wow.
It was my dad's first time back to Indo in 30 years, question mark.
Oh.
And
I'm sure he just talked to you the entire time about what Indo was like 30 years ago.
Not really. If you met my dad, he's like pretty quiet. Like he's just like a silent Zen kind of guy. But he was actually with that first crew that surfed Desert Point. And
Whoa.
there's a movie by Surfers Journal, Secrets of Desert Point, that he's in.
Really?
I've never actually watched the whole thing. I've fallen asleep every time, but supposedly it's a really cool movie, and my dad has like a bunch of clips in it.
No
But
way.
yeah, that's kind of my dad's claim to fame.
Is your dad goofy footer? Regular?
Regular? Yeah. But yeah, he's in there. If you watch it, my dad Bobby is in it. And I don't know if they called him Bob or Bobby, but he's in there.
Either
So-
way, we're gonna find that.
Yeah, he got so much good Indo. He was like, I never need to go back, and then I was like, I
so
never
it
get to
had
go to
been 30
Indo.
years.
Yeah, but we called it Never Have I Ever because never have I ever been to Indo, and that was my first trip.
Oh.
And like my dad's fluent in Indonesian, been a million times, and that was my first time. So
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
That's crazy.
yeah,
Do you have a favorite Never Have I Ever question?
no,
Okay. Let's skip that, Jen.
we'll just skip that one.
I'll think of something.
We're
later.
going deep on the Never Have I Ever. It's like after like a couple rounds, like everybody's like shy at first, and then you like get into Never Have I Ever, and you're like,
Then you're like,
you start thinking of things that you have done, and then you're like, okay, wait, I have done that. Like, and you're like thinking. I actually played the other night in Utah too. We were like playing
Really?
it. Yeah, in the snow, we were like playing it, and like you think of things you have done, and like you're like, okay, I've done a lot of things. Like that's pretty cool.
yeah, I
But
feel like never have I ever.
until you start targeting like one person, you're like, never have I ever been to the Olympics, and then they're like, oh fuck.
You're like, oh, what a loser.
Yeah.
Jeez, like, canceled.
Yeah.
So kind of like walk us through the process of making the film. Like, was it just like you saw a swell window, or did timing just work out with cheap flights or something? Or like, what got you there? How did it work? And then, yeah, what's the process like for making a film like that?
Well, it was pretty interesting making the film. Like everything just kind of lined up perfectly and perfect, I guess. I'd never been on a proper surf trip before. Like that was
Wow.
just to go surf because I could never afford it. Like I spent all my money just getting to the QS's and doing that. Like, and usually my whole year is pretty much chock full of events. And then COVID happened, and they're like, "Hey, so you guys don't have any events this year?" And then the next year, which was last year, we just had the Challenger Series, which was really slimmed down. It was only 4 events. So I was like, okay, I've got a whole summer of stuff. I've got a free summer for the first time in my life since I was like 11.
Wow.
So we kind of started playing with the idea, and then it came up that Tony Elkerton, Doris, the boat captain, who's like a legend in himself, was putting together a boat, and my dad heard about it. And he was kind of also in Indo, like the same time as my dad, back in the day, whatever that was, BC.
No
like.
So they're like old friends.
They knew
Old
they
acquaintances or
knew of
something.
each other, but I
Okay.
don't know if they'd ever actually met. Once we were on the boat, they became best friends. They're like this. They FaceTime all the time and stuff. And like that's a big deal for my dad. My dad doesn't even FaceTime me. He doesn't even have a cell phone. So, yeah. So somehow we got on this boat and we went and we, like, somehow got there through all the quarantine hoops and everything. Like through all the laws and everything. Got there, quarantined for 7 days. Just me and my dad in a hotel room. Willie in another hotel room, our other friend in another hotel room, and we're just like eating really bad food for 7 days, like doing little YouTube workouts, trying to stay sane. And then suddenly we're like in paradise, and like I'd always wanted like to make a film like this and bring a filmer, and I didn't really at the time with COVID and everything, I didn't have much sponsorship, so I just pulled out of my savings, and I was
This
like,
is before Hurley.
yeah, this is pre-Hurley. This was
So
in
you're
a
like
time
on your own.
I had recently just been pretty much dropped by everyone, or in the process of being dropped by everyone, and I had some money saved up, and I was like, this is what I gotta do.
So you actually found a filmer, brought him with you, or did you already know the filmer?
I knew Willie. I was looking for a filmer, and all my friends around here that I was thinking of were just kind of busy. And then one day I was just at Chambers and Willie was in town, and I was already good friends with Willie, and I didn't think he would want to go. And I was like, hey, you want to go to Indo? And he's like, yeah, I want to go to Indo. I want to go on a boat trip. And I was like, okay, let's do it. Like, we're going in 2 weeks.
So mind blowing that somebody would say no to that, or be like too busy.
There's a couple people who were like, nah, I don't want to go. I just got back, and like spoiled filmers, you know.
Yeah, they're
No, filmers have the hardest job. I'm just kidding.
We won't drop their names because they will be canceled after this episode.
Put a bleep there. But no, I'm so glad Willie could come with us, and
Yeah.
it was something I've wanted to do my whole life, and it's just the
up.
most special trip ever. I actually I got to show the film in a couple theaters, like in North. I wanted to do it here. I might still do it sometime.
Good.
But it's just been really hard with COVID and everything. But I got to show it in a theater in Northern California, where like a lot of my dad's friends live. And I did like an extended cut with my dad and then my other like childhood friend that was on the trip with us, with waves of theirs that weren't included in the YouTube edit. And it was just like the most awesome experience, like seeing it on the big screen, like seeing the project just come to life, and like everyone getting to enjoying it and having a super awesome night. It was insane.
Dude,
That's
awesome.
right. I loved the edit. Like I feel like what 3/4 of it was going right. And you grew up at and surfing Sunset Point and all those places. And I feel like your front side wraps are so power and so sharp, and then coming off the bottom right back into the top. It's just like I don't see a lot of that from anybody really. So
Thank you.
I was just sort of a fan. I'm not trying to fan you out. You're like a decent surfer. Stuff, but
Yeah, no, it was crazy. It was like
going right.
like you said, most of the time I just go right. Like I surfed V-Land
Because of
and
where
I
you
surfed
grew up.
like
Yeah.
I go right. So like a main focus of that trip was to go left a lot and like learn backside barrel riding and everything. So like even though the edit didn't really showcase much of that.
Was it like
I mean,
a wave
like-
thing or?
No, we were going left like 3/4 of the time, but
Oh really?
just like filming scenarios and everything, it was easier for Willie to film the rights. But then when we got to Macaroni's, because I haven't had an edit where I really got to showcase my backside,
Yeah.
and I really wanted to do that. So then when we got to Macaroni's, like I was like, okay, this is gonna be a solid section of the edit. Like,
Yeah.
I want a good quarter of it to be left, and Macaroni's was just like my dream wave.
It was so cool because
everybody just sees me on rights. And I was like, I need to show my backside. Like,
me and JJ.
that sounded bad. I need to show I need to show my
You need to show
backhand.
your backhand.
Yeah.
Your backside was also visible.
Yeah.
But your backhand is critical, and it's funny because like when we were watching it, like me and JJ both, I think Macaroni's is probably. It's one of my favorite waves of all time, macaronis in restaurants, and you said macaronis
My
too.
favorite wave.
absolutely like.
It's the most rippable.
Oh
wave
my
I've ever
gosh!
surfed.
Like you can't mess it
Yeah,
up. It's
yeah.
just like as long
you
as
just
you
get
can.
to get a perfect. Like you can do whatever you want.
Oh,
like,
the pace is just like.
Yeah.
Wow. You feel like
Yeah.
like I don't know, like karate chops, like over and over and over, and it's like yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
I just love that wave, and I think that it's cool that you got to showcase that.
Yeah. I
That
hope I get to do that
backhand.
again. Like if that was a one-time thing, like I'm happy that it happened, but I hope that's like something I get to do again and keep making movies like that. That's what I want to do. I think it was special for me because for so long, like everybody's known me as like contest, and I've never, even contests I've won, I've never felt like I surfed my best in a contest. Like I feel like nobody's ever seen my best surfing unless they've been here on the North Shore watching me free surf. Like I've never had a heat where I was like, even you get a high score, you're never like that was the best wave of my life. I mean, maybe like Gabriel Medina is saying that.
Or Griffin last week.
Yeah, Griffin last week. Yeah, like, but I've never personally like had a moment.
No, it's
where,
not common.
I've had contests that I've won. I'm like, that's the best day of my life, but it wasn't the best surfing of my life.
No.
So I wanted to like really showcase like what I can actually do.
Yeah,
and I think that really changed. Like, I think people didn't know that how I actually surf.
That you actually surf like
Because
really
you watch a QS
good.
of me at Manly, and they're like, "Oh yeah, she's alright," like whatever,
Yeah.
like you know.
See, all of my heats I ever won were because I just like blocked somebody.
Yeah, like, it's different.
Paddled.
Like, contest surfing is an art form in itself, and
It's
like
crazy,
it's a chess game, but like it's not. You're not showing who you are and like your personal style and everything. Like it's two different ball games. So I wanted to show. Like,
and you did.
Yeah,
I think like mission completed right there.
Thanks.
Like you can feel good about that and move on, and let's all go to Indo and we'll just.
Yeah, I mean it definitely like I knew I liked working on projects like that, but after that I was like, this is insane. Like people who get to do this in surfing like for their whole job, like that's the dream. Like making projects and stuff.
Do you feel like this is a possibility for you to be able to do something like that now?
I mean, I hope so one day. You know, I love competing and I'm gonna keep competing, but like the dream would be to do both and then someday move into that. But like that's what I'm kind of trying to do right now, like starting my own little YouTube and everything to just make films. Like I was with Arto, you know.
Arto Photo?
Yeah, Arto. Sorry.
Heard about him. Love him.
Yeah, he's the creative mastermind. But we're in the sauna a month or two ago, and he's like.
Sounds very intimate.
He's finished. So that's like the think tank is the sauna. Like,
Okay.
so we're in the sauna, and he's like, "Why don't you have a YouTube yet? Everybody has a YouTube." And I'm like, "Cause I'm not a vlogger. I don't like to talk on camera. I'm doing it right now, but
Not me.
yeah." I was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna vlog." And he's like, "No, like you have so many clips you're not using. Like, put them in black and white. Do whatever you gotta do to make it feel like yourself. Put the music you like and just pump it out because you'll have content." So I was like, okay, like all credit of my YouTube is to Arto because that was his idea. Like, but that's what I'm doing now. I'm just pumping out little edits while I can, and then hopefully like maybe one a year I'll do like a big edit in color and like make one really sick one and then little ones to keep up
cool.
with it. Because there's so much that people don't see, like just clips from here.
Just let it rip. Look how smooth that is.
I would ride it like this.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. I'm sure you'd be fine. But in the next 20 minutes, it's gonna be like way better. Nice, keep going. Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, you're making earrings out of that stuff?
It's like Shirley Temple.
So for you, like, what do you got next? What's coming up? What's in the pipeline? What are you doing? Are you competing, or are you just gonna be like surfing all over? What's up?
Doing it all. On on Wednesday, I'm heading away to Stab Highway, which is gonna be a crazy, crazy
Wow.
week, full of fun and
It's
craziness.
gonna be way fun.
Gonna be a great road trip from San Fran to San Diego. So, wish me luck. And then
Good luck.
got a good month of training before I head off in May to Australia for the start of the Challenger Series, which kicks off in Snapper, which I'm really excited for.
Wow, even the CTV people don't get to surf snapper this year, right?
Yeah, Challenger Series, we've got it all.
Dude.
And then hopefully we make another movie this year and surf some great waves and enjoy life.
Let's do it. If that was an invite, I was saying,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Yeah, we're all gonna surf some great waves.
Zoe,
What are we writing on this?
I don't know. Let's write like your name, probably, or something. I don't know. She's obviously a competitor. She didn't write out FIRST. She wrote 1ST because that's
You're not
where
first, you're last.
that's like where she likes to rank. Half-ish by 2 3/16 ish by 18 and a half ish. Bish.
You're like, at least
It'd
she
be
can
like-
surf.
She does other shit. It's not like this isn't like
She can surf. She doesn't shape her boards, but she can do other things.
yeah. There's. I think it's great. I think it's the winner.
As long as audio isn't like you have to restart audio.
Rex,
No swearing.
shut your mouth, okay? And also, I know the 4 words that you know, and they're not appropriate. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Fresh Lines. Feel free to catch up on previous episodes. I want to give a super special thank you to Loose Towels and to Thread Wallets for the support and the sponsorship. Go ahead and like, subscribe, do all the stuff that the internet asks you to do here. And yeah, thank you again.